This video was brought to you by LOGvill. More about them by the end of this video. Hey there designers, it's Contrast here, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can make this simple GFX render using Blender and Photoshop without any prior experience. Now this is part 1 of a 2-part video series. This video will be mainly focused on making the new render using Blender. And in the second video, we'll be focused on adding the post-processing in Photoshop. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified when we upload part 2 of this video, next week or the week after. Without wasting any more time, let's get started with the tutorial. Let's get started by opening Roblox Studio. Once you have a new project open, let's grab our noob avatar for our render. To do that, let's open the toolbox panel. Just type in noob. A wild noob should appear. Let's drag it into our project. Now let's export our noob avatar as an OBJ so we can use it in Blender. To do that, let's go to the workspace panel, select our noob, right click and select export selection. This will bring up the file explorer. Just make sure you make a new folder because this will make your life a little bit easier later on. Now if you want to use your own Roblox avatar for this render, you can. But if your avatar has accessories like hats, hairs, and other things, you'd have to follow a different process. I'm going to link another tutorial on the top right corner of your screen if you want to use your own Roblox avatar. Now let's go to Blender and open the paint rig. If you don't have this project file, you can download it using the link in the description. Now, if this is your first time using Blender, then make sure to watch this part because I'm going to show you how you can navigate within Blender. But if you're not, you can skip this part using the timestamp feature on YouTube to save time. To navigate, you can use the middle mouse to orbit around the object. You can hold shift and the middle mouse button to pan. And lastly, you can use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. And if you're using a trackpad on a laptop, you can use the controls here on the side to move around Blender. You can orbit, pan, and zoom using these buttons. We can also press this small film camera icon to go to the camera view. Keep that in mind because we're going to use that in just a moment. Now let's go back to the tutorial. To add our avatar texture on this model, let's go to the node panel and go to the source panel. You should find a small folder icon. Just click on that and it should open the Blender file explorer. Just find the folder we made earlier and you should find a PNG file. Select that and just click open image. And the texture should appear on the model. Now, once we have our texture, let's position our view to the back of the avatar. We're going to be looking at its backside for this render. Let's add a pose. To do that, let's go to the collections panel and select armature under row bone. Let's go to the pose mode. You can do that by going down here on the drop down menu and select pose mode. You can use rotate and the move tool to make a pose. Just make sure the noob avatar looks like he's floating. And the best part about this rig is you can make his butt twerk. If we have our pose done, let's add a camera. To do that, let's go back to object mode by going in the drop down menu. To add a camera, hold shift plus A and select on the camera icon. Now just move the camera on the back view of the avatar. To view the camera, just hit the film camera icon, or you can hit the numpad 0 for this shortcut. To adjust the camera view, click on the small arrow on the side and go to view. Now take the camera to view option. Now we can adjust the angle of the camera using these view tools on the side. You can orbit, zoom, and pan using the corresponding controls. Once we're satisfied with the camera angle, let's add some lighting. Hold shift A again and select light. Make sure to select the spotlight. This will make more sense later. Since our light will obviously come from the top, let's place our spotlight above our noob avatar. Just use the move tool again. You can control the direction of the light by dragging this small dot and directing it into the avatar. Make sure you're in render view to see what the lighting would look like. Now you can adjust the intensity of the light by going to the light properties panel and adjusting the power. you can go to the camera view to see what it would look like if you were to render it right now. Now I'm just adjusting the camera view using the view controls. Let's finally render this thing. Go to render properties and make sure you're using the Cycles render engine. Now we first want to make the background transparent because we're going to be putting this in Photoshop later. To do that, let's go to film and tick the transparent checkbox. To render, go on the render tab on the top, or you can press F12 for the shortcut. If your render is looking a bit low res, just make sure to raise the render samples on the render properties. To save the rendered image, select on the top and hit Save As. Make sure to save it inside the folder we made earlier to keep things organized. So what is LOGvill? This video's sponsor. LOGvill is an art community dedicated to serving all kinds of content creators on online gaming platforms like Roblox, Minecraft, and many more. At LOGvill, every creator is welcome to showcase their artwork. You can visit their awesome website at logvill.io. The link will be in the description. You can also follow my profile to view some of my projects. The link is also in the description. They're an awesome website to showcase your work, and again, thank you to LOGvill for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to watch part 2 of this video, then make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified when we put out part 2. And a special thank you to our awesome Patreon supporters. This video wouldn't be possible without you guys, and I can't thank you enough. That's it for this video, and I hope to see you on part 2 of this video.